Welcome to 131XR, and today we're going to be talking about Human Within, a brand new game/movie hybrid experience available for MetaQuest headsets. Human Within was developed by SignalSpace Lab. It's a combination of 360 video, 2D video, interactive elements, and player decisions in dialogue choices that progress the story down different paths. The experience is very similar to those that Wales Interactive have become quite famous for on consoles and PC, wherein there is a pathway through the storyline which is determined by player responses to in-game interactions. We're definitely going to get a lot of comparisons to Black Mirror's Bandersnatch in here as well. Now, these are generally dialogue choices, and the way it works is the storyline branches depending on the choices that you make. Human Within features 5 different endings depending on the pathway you go through. And like most games in this genre, you can go back and replay earlier dialogue decision choices that you've made and make different choices so that you get to experience the other side of the branching storyline. As for most of this game/movie hybrid, you're essentially a fly on the wall. You're there watching 2D video or 360 video as a non-entity in the space. Because of this, there is no kind of locomotion. Everything that you as the player will have to interact with is presented directly in front of you. It's either done by interaction with your hands or simply by turning your headsets to look in a specific direction. For example, when you come to the dialogue choices, a small amount of text will appear on screen. You'll pivot your head towards that to select the option or turn in another direction at which a different option will appear. And whichever option you're looking at when the time runs out is the option that you will choose. That is the path that you will follow with your storyline from that point on. Once you've made this choice, the camera will cut and a different sequence will play out to end whichever scene that you are in. As stated earlier, like with many of these game/movie hybrids, depending on the path you play out, you will unlock different scenes. There is an option to go back and replay pivotal moments, replay these dialogue choices you've made, choose a different option, and see a different way in which the storyline can play out. There is a menu in which all of the scenes are showcased on a tree, and you can choose which scenes to go back and interact with, thus choose a different option and complete a different part of this tree. The storyline in Human Within is some, to be frank, sci-fi nonsense. It's not particularly engrossing, but it's also not terrible. It is a story of 2 sisters who develop a new type of technology, and it obviously doesn't go particularly as planned. There is a very obvious bad guy, and there is some quite stilted dialogue mixed in with a heavy dose of cliches. That's not to say it's not entertaining, but you have definitely seen better sci-fi. As it stands, Human Within isn't the best of these game/movie hybrids that you may have played. Ultimately, Human Within doesn't really do anything new. However, they are still surprisingly rare in VR. VR has often been touted as a bridge between games and movies, so you would have expected more of these kind of game-movie hybrids to come along the way. Maybe they haven't, simply because they're not popular, or maybe it's because people are expecting more interaction in their games. Whatever the case may be, Human Within has drawn a decent amount of attention since its launch, and from our perspective here at 131XR, it's worth your time to take a look at. Human Within is available for MetaQuest headsets now on the MetaQuest store. It's priced at £15.99, so head over there to check it out.